The great law of duality. What is this great law about? The law of duality states that everything is a continuum and continues as everything continues as an opposite, as a whole. You see, if we have two extremes, you know, it still comes back as the same thing. Now, let's look at a few examples of this great law of duality. We could take feminine and masculine, left and right, up and down. These are just a few. And as we continue to live, we have to see now. The 3D world has been using this law of duality in a certain way. Now, let's take the first example, feminine and masculine. We've seen that man and woman, femininity or creative life force, the nurturing side, and the masculine, the action-oriented side, But we've seen a disparity. Even let's look at that. We see that even in our world today, the masculine has been portrayed as a dominance and the feminine as, the lower than, less than. And we see that they're equal in nature because they all serve us benefit as a whole. We see that when we use our creative life force and we take that action, the co-creation stage is birthed, which is so vital as we shift into the ages right now. Let's even take the example of left and right. I remember growing up, and many people, most of us are right-handed. And the left-handed will always characterized a certain way as it's less than the left-hand right, even though it's a gifted trait, It's good when you're a left-hand right and you could pretty much do so much. You have so much creativity. Some left-hand writers could write with both hands. So here's the pattern of where we're seeing this law of universe is always seeming like one side, even though they are equal in nature, is more dominant. We have even, I could use the simple example of up and down. Many would look up and think, oh, being up is better and down is better. Let's take, for example, this pattern of up. Let's say you're the CEO of a company, or you're the head, the board, at the top, and then you have your workers at the bottom. The status of this person who's at top, of that company, it seemed like, okay, there's a great disparity. We're not on equal level. We're not on equal wavelengths. And so I wanted to shed light on this great topic of duality in nature. Yes, it was given to us in this law of the universe, but have we seen that it has been used in a great disparity in nature? Or it has been used on a level of, to benefit one group or person and not the other. Now, we could step forth into this great controversial topic of even just positive and negative. A lot of people like to delve deep into that, where they like to see positive and negative. They often use a battery to pick this neutrality perspective. And yes, we were born and conditioned in this world, and as they said, given a sort of reflection of a shadow side, which I simply state it's a form of conditioning as well. But let's just go into this great debate about this. We have positive thoughts, we have negative thoughts, negative actions. And a lot of times, we're given the statement that you're both negative, you're both positive, yes, we want to be neutral, but we have to now tap even within our own law of the universe, cause and effects, the transmutation stage, where we now have to say, like, the action that we'll take will give us the the effect of it. And are we just gonna, let's take for example just this whole pandemic and everything that's going on, the dominion, and just almost being in an authoritative dictatorship. Many could debate that, wow, we're living in a dualistic 3D world where even in all laws of the universe, it states that everything is dual in nature. You know, they've developed a battery to show us the essence of neutrality within positive and negative, and they've sort of kind of used it as a way to say, this is a way to co-create. Wow. Have we seen the effect that has happened with this, totalitarian dictatorship way of going through, with simply using this effect of negativity to come forth and have a dominion over others, which the dualistic stage is supposed to be on an equal, neutral, same as a whole in nature, but we've seen that it hasn't been used on the same level of equality. So really reflect on this great law of the universe, and see to it that are we using it in its vital essence of what it was written forth to be. Have we created, this 3D world that just no longer serves us, where, the patterns that we've taken, it's just for one group or one person's benefit and not the others. We are now shifting into this great Aquarian age of equality, and we have to ask ourselves, we can take this universal law of duality, but let's consider, when we take forth those actions, the law of cause and effect, is it on an equal wavelength? Are we doing negative patterning and conditioning, that dominates one person over another? It's all the same. Are we really co-creating a world that benefits us all, just a few? Do we want to continue living in a world of suffering? These are just a few questions that you want to reflect on. So really, delve deep within our law of the universe, especially this law of duality. Let's just really go within, reflecting ourselves, each and everyone's actions that we take in this say, wow, as co-creators here on earth during this great shift in transitionary stage here on earth, the actions of duality that we each taken, does it serve just us or the benefit of us as a whole, as this is what this law was written for. There's a higher power seeing and reflecting us over to us. So just remember, the actions that we take will be reflected back to us. Peace and love and great harmony here to each and every one of you here on earth. Continue to go forth and take those actions of love and unity and peace that balances us and cater to the needs of us all.